Welcome back to another episode of Black Girl Confessions. This is the podcast where we say the cool white things out loud. Happy New Year. I have missed you all. I have missed creating episodes. And as you can tell, we are in a brand new studio. New year, new me, new studio, new vibes, brand new content, and it's going to be incredible. I have got such a good feeling about this new year. Now, let me be completely honest with you. I'm not a huge new year, new me girly. I don't really enjoy New Year's. I don't really enjoy setting goals. I feel really overwhelmed when I think about stuff like that. But this year, for some reason, it just feels really different. I feel energized. I feel really excited about the year ahead. It's the year that I'm turning 30. 30, a brand new decade. So I feel like I need to bring the energy, bring the passion, bring the good vibes, bring just everything I've got into this new decade, because I feel like I'm ready to leave the 20s behind. I'm ready to leave it behind and to start new. Remember in the previous episode, leave that man, leave those kids, leave that house, leave that decade. Leave that decade, leave that man, leave that situationship, leave whatever doesn't serve you anymore, whether that's your parents, your family members, your siblings, your kids, your husband, your house, your job, whatever it may be. We don't judge over here. You just pack up your shit and go, baby, and you just go where you want to go, okay? Now let's get into it. This is going to be probably one of my favorite episodes to date. I love to watch girly chat videos. I love to watch get to know me's. I love having a doom scroll on YouTube and just finding out new creators, new videos, and just to see everything that they do. And this is going to be a get to know me without like the boring, where do you live? How old are you? Questions, your favorite color. You know, we're not getting to know each other like that. We're not trying to be in a romantic relationship now, are we? But I'm going to be answering some really fun questions that you guys have sent in. You guys asked me questions about love, money, happiness, confidence, God, relationships, spirituality, just the good types of questions, the questions that I like to know about people that I watch on the internet, right? You want to know who I am when this microphone is not in my hand. So let's chat, let's talk. Let's get into it. Question number one. Now, this question I had quite a lot. This question I have been asked numerous times over and over again. And I can see why you would ask me this question. Like, I can see why you would want to know this, because I feel like this podcast, the energy that I bring, everything that I say is so anti-men, is so anti, you know, what men can do, we can do better. We are just a better species with a better gender, with a superior gender, yada, yada, yada. So the question is, do I want to get married? Now, and I had to think about this long and hard, because I'm not opposed to marriage, right? I'm not opposed to love. I'm not opposed to men. I'm not opposed to, you know, finding happiness and love and being with a man. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm opposed to deadbeat men. I'm opposed to deadbeat men, men who know what it is that they need to do, that don't fulfill their duties, men who are in their feminine bag, right, in their feminine era, men who want to be babied, coddled, who want to have the princess treatment that we're supposed to have, that I'm supposed to have. That's what I'm against. I'm not against marriage. So do I want to get married? Absolutely. Would I love to find the love of my life? 100%. I'm taking applications. If you're interested, my DMs are open. You can find me in my DMs. I'm not a monster. I will bite your head off. So you can approach me. We can have a cute, civilized conversation. And if you're the one, you're the one. And if you're not, be scared. So yes, I do want marriage, but I'm not desperate for it. I'm not dying for it. You know, I'm not like obsessed and I need to have it straight away. I'm not opposed to it. I don't fear it. I would welcome it with open arms. I would say yes, absolutely. If I found the right person for me, I would get married, but I'm not rushing, right? Marriage is an end all be all. I feel like society really does push this narrative for women, especially when they reach a certain age, but I'm not like thinking, oh my God, I need to be married like yesterday. I need to find myself a man yesterday because I need to be married and have kids. I don't subscribe to that bullshit, unfortunately. I never have. I never will. I will find a man in my own time. And if I don't find someone, that's absolutely fine. Like, I need you to complement me and my life. I don't need you to fill or complete my life, because I'm already complete. I already have a really full life. I'm already extremely happy. So I don't need you to add something to it. I need you to just be like an addition to, you know? So yeah, I would like to get married, but if I don't, I don't. If I do, I do. It's that simple. Question number 2. How do I feel about being single? Right. I think they kind of go hand in hand. I don't feel anything about being single. I don't see being single as a bad thing. I don't see it as like something I need to constantly think about, something I need to be wary of, something that I need to spend copious amounts of times thinking about it. It doesn't cross my mind. It does cross my mind when people ask me how old I am, and then they ask me if I'm either married or in a relationship or in a committed relationship, and I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm just living my best life. I'm living the life that I've built for myself, and I'm having a good time. And they're always like, oh my God, are you not upset being single? Well, no, because I love my life. I love the people that I have in my life. If I feel like you could be a great addition to, you could be a great bonus to my life, then fantastic, join me. I'm not desperate. I'm not searching for it. I'm not like, oh my God, I need to find somebody tomorrow because I'm lonely. That's just simply not the case. And I feel like women need to understand that it's not end all be all. If you create a life for yourself that really makes you happy, that resonates with you, and you're passionate about what you're doing, you're not going to be thinking about the fact that you're single. You're not going to be thinking about the fact that you don't have a man on your arms or a woman on your arms or, whatever. That's not going to be on your mind because your life is already so full. Would you like to spend your life with someone? Would you like to have a significant other? Sure. I'm sure you do. So does everyone. But that doesn't mean we're upset that we're single. That doesn't mean we're like going through it because we don't have a man. And you need to understand that single doesn't mean unloved. Single doesn't mean you can't find somebody that loves you and there's something wrong with you. Single is actually magical. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't have to compromise. You've got the bed to yourself. You can do what you want, when you want, whenever you want, wherever you want, without having to run it by somebody, right? Without having to let somebody know this is what you're doing. It's magical. It's incredible. Now, not putting a damper on being in a relationship, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying not having somebody to speak to 24/7 is blissful. I love it. I'm not a huge phone person as it is, so having somebody blow up my phone that wants to speak on the phone 24/7, not for me. I would rather be single than emotionally underfed, because I know men out there, they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. Men out there, they're doing the bare minimum. So knowing that I can do what I want, when I want, wherever I want is incredible. I love it. So no, I'm not upset about being single. I feel great about being single. I feel normal about being single. I feel just whatever you would feel about being single, whatever you would feel about being divorced, whatever you'd feel about being happily married or happily in a relationship, it's normal. Also, being single means not having to deal with in-laws. I hate in-laws. I don't know whether I've actually said this out loud on the internet, but my dream man is somebody who's an orphan, right? Somebody who doesn't have any siblings and no parents. Because if you want a family, you can have my family, but I don't want to deal with somebody else's family. I don't want to have in-laws. I don't want to worry about a sister-in-law, a mother-in-law, a creepy brother-in-law, or a father-in-law. Cannot be bothered. I'm not subscribing to that. So if my future husband is out there, I hope you have no parents. And if you do, get rid. Just joking. I love question number 3. Question number 3 is such a good one. I got so excited when I was reading this, and it made me really think about the answer. So let's talk. What does confidence really look like for you? Right. It's such a funny thing because I have thought about confidence a lot. I have thought about what does confidence look like for a woman? What does, feeling good in your skin look like for a woman? And then it just kind of really took me back to being a hormonal teenager, to being, moody and angry and upset because, certain things aren't going your way, or you just feel like you're not good enough because you're going through so many different changes. And then to now being in your adulthood and then having to really think about what confidence feels like, because truth be told, I feel like society doesn't really allow women to feel confident. They don't want you to feel good about yourself. They want you to feel like there's always something you need to change, because I feel like all of the commodities out there, they're catered to us. whether that's fragrance, beauty, cosmetics, like facial aesthetics, surgery, plastic surgery, whatever it may be, fashion. All of that is catered to us constantly having to feel our very best, look our very best, make sure that we, feel confident. But if the trends are changing every single day, like like the weather is changing, then how are you supposed to feel confident if the media is telling you every single day that this is what confidence looks like? If magazines are showing you different models and they're telling you that this is what confidence looks like, you're going to be confused because you're going to be like, oh, I don't look like a Victoria's Secret model. I don't look like that 6 foot giraffe-esque lady, right? I've got an ass, I've got thighs, I am built like a woman. Like I'm not saying that they're not built like a woman, but I'm saying I'm curvier. Does that mean I shouldn't be confident in my body? Does that mean I shouldn't look the way I look? And that's why I think, what does confidence look like to you is such an important question, because we're all so different. Every single woman is built differently. We look different, we behave different, we enjoy different things. So confidence looks like whatever makes you happy, right? Whatever makes you feel good, whatever makes you feel like the baddest bitch on the block. That's what confidence looks like for me. Confidence is not needing to prove yourself to people who don't care about understanding you, who don't care about seeing who you really are, who don't care about getting to know you for you. Confidence to me is being able to say no whenever it suits you, being able to say, these are my boundaries, don't cross it, being able to say, this is what I look like, deal with it, put up or shut up. Confidence is finding happiness in every single thing you do, in finding happiness and beauty in the way you look, the way you eat, the way you dress, the way you work, the way you talk, everything. Confidence is all encompassing. It is everything about you. It is loving who you truly are. And I think that's my key takeaway of what makes you confident, is just being really grounded within yourself and understanding that if you want to change yourself, absolutely go for it. If you don't want to change yourself, that's absolutely fine. If you're happy with the way you look, great. If you want to tweak some things, go for it. I'm not a stranger to that. I'm not a stranger to, tuning things here and there, or wanting to, get rid of some fine lines or Botox here or there. Like, I'm not a stranger to that. So if that's something that you want to do, and that's what confidence looks and feels like to you, then I support that wholeheartedly, because that's what confidence is like for me. And confidence isn't being arrogant or constantly being like, I'm great, I'm perfect, I'm the best at everything. Confidence to me really is understanding and meeting your needs wherever they're at. So if you feel like you need to fill your cup, fill your cup. If you feel like you need a rest day, have a rest day. If you feel like you're the baddest bitch and you want to go out and flaunt it, go and flaunt it. To me, confidence is truly understanding where you are at there and then moving accordingly. What makes me happy? Happiness can look so different, right? Because I feel like in life, we're always going to be in different stages. So what happiness is today could be completely different tomorrow. But without being too deep, too soppy, too philosophical, happiness for me is just spending time with the people that I love, spending time with my family, with my friends, spending time with myself, doing things that I enjoy, eating the foods that I enjoy, traveling. I love to just be out and about. Happiness to me is doing what fills my cup up, what makes my soul feel like it's alive. So whether that's shopping, eating out, traveling, being with my friends, laughing, going out, spending time with my family, having movie nights, being cozy, spending time with my cat. It can look so different. It can feel so different, because happiness changes all the time. What made me happy today might not make me happy tomorrow. So if happiness today looks like just relaxing, I'm going to relax. If happiness tomorrow looks like hopping on a flight and leaving the country, you best believe I'm going to be on that flight and I'm gone. So happiness is doing what I want, when I want, unapologetically, and always chasing what's good for me. Like, to me, that's true happiness. True happiness is doing what I want to do and putting myself first and putting my needs first. Number 5 is a good one. This one made me stop because I don't think I've ever been asked this question before. I don't think it's something that I have consciously thought about. It's not something that is on my mind very often. I don't sit there and think about it very often. So it was a good one. The question is, how do you feel about money and wealth? Right? And I had to really sit still because what does wealth mean to you? What does having money mean to you? I feel like it can be so different. And I come from a really big family, and the way I thought about this question was by looking at how different me and my sisters are, right? So I'm very materialistic. I love having the finer things in life. I love anything that's luxurious, anything that's like expensive. Like I don't mind paying top dollar for something if I'm going to be happy about it. And I'm not saying that my sisters aren't like that, but I know that some of my sisters are more conscious about, oh, I don't want to spend too much because it's not worth it. They would rather bargain hunt and find it for so much cheaper, whether the quality is still going to be there or not. I don't think they necessarily care. So I think our sort of relationship with money and wealth is already so different. Because in my head, I'm like, treat yourself. You've worked hard. You've earned it. You might as well spend it. You're not going to take it to the grave with you. Have fun. Whereas I have sisters who probably are more like, maybe a bit more frugal and are like, no, I need to be a bit more responsible with it. And that's fine. But I just find it funny that we were raised the same way, raised in the exact same house, but we think and spend so differently. I don't see money as evil. I don't see wealth as evil, because I know that some people can have really bad relationships with money. I see it as a means to whatever you want it to be, means to buying that next flight, to I don't know, buying whatever you want, nice jewelry, shoes. Money to me and wealth to me means like it's going to be how I make my ends meet, right? And I think about it in a very practical way. I think about it in a very sort of black and white way. I don't put feelings into it. I don't put too much thought into it. It's not grey. It's very one or the other. It means having options. It means being able to buy luxurious things. It means being able to afford the things that I want. In my opinion, being broke and not having any money isn't an option, because I feel like we can all work and make ends meet. Now, do I think circumstances are different? Absolutely. Do I feel like not everybody has the ability or is in a position to make the same amount of money? Absolutely. But I think that's what makes the world go round. Not all of us can be extremely wealthy and business owners and have everything that we all desire. I think what balances the world out is people being in different tax brackets and in different socioeconomic classes, and that's absolutely fine. But when I think of money and wealth, I don't restrict myself. I like the idea of financial freedom. I like the idea of time freedom. I like the idea of living without financial fear, without living like, oh, I can't spend any money, or being frugal because I need to make sure that I have enough for that. I will always make sure that I have enough for that because I work my ass off and I earn a good amount of money. I don't think money is evil. I don't think money is end all be all, but I also don't think that not having any money isn't an option. I think financial freedom is what I strive for. I want options. I want softness. I want luxury. I want the finer things in life, and I'm not afraid to give them to myself. I'm not afraid to work for it. And I think the one message I have for women is, don't wait for a man to give you all of that. Work for it yourself. I'm not ashamed of wanting the finer things in life. I'm not ashamed of saying that I want to earn money. I'm not ashamed of saying that I have money, and I'm not ashamed of spending it. I've worked hard for it. I've earned it. And I'm going to use it. I'm going to go on luxury holidays. I'm going to go away as many times as I can. I'm going to buy myself whatever it is that I want to buy myself, because that's my money. I have worked hard for it. There is no shame in my game. And I think the key takeaway around money and wealth is, don't wait on somebody to hand it to you, especially women. Don't wait on this man that you're dating, or this future man, or this man that you're manifesting to give you the dream life that you want. Go and make it for yourself. Don't rely on a man for financial means. Don't rely on a man to give you money, because what if he leaves tomorrow? What are you left with? Nothing. Hopes and dreams and pockets that are empty. For what? Get up, make your own money. Don't be ashamed of that. work your ass off, give yourself the life you want and you deserve. That's my relationship with money and wealth. That's what I feel when it comes to money and wealth. Live your best life, work hard, spend your money. You've earned it. It's yours. You might as well make the most of it. Number 6, what is my relationship with my career? I think the way I look at work is I don't make it my full personality. I don't make it, my entire life. I look at my career, my job, which I actually enjoy, as the means to an end. It funds my life, it funds my independency, it funds my travels, it funds how I live and how I'm able to afford the things that I have, which is great. But I'm not a corporate slave. I don't live and breathe my 9 to 5. Absolutely not. The reason why I have a podcast is because I want to pursue what makes me happy. I want to pursue these creative careers that I have in mind. I want to have more than a 9 to 5. Ideally, in the future, we're going to be working for ourselves and my career would be me. But until I get there, I love my career. Until I get to the point I want to be at, I love my job. It's an incredible job. It allows me to do what I want to do. It allows me to have a gorgeous studio. It allows me to sit here and talk to you guys and talk about my life experiences. It allows me to have life experiences. It allows me to eat, live, breathe, get to places. So I have an incredible relationship with my career because without it, I wouldn't be sat here. Without my job, I would not be sat here. Question number 7. How do I take care of my mental health? This one stumped me because it really, really made me sit down and actually think, what is it that I do for my mental health? What is it that I actively do to myself and for myself when I'm down in the dumps, when I'm feeling lonely, when I'm feeling sad, when I feel like things aren't working out? Like, what do I actually do and how do I get myself out of that mental slump? And what is my relationship with mental health? How do I view mental health? What do I think of mental health? Because truth be told, I come from a culture where mental health isn't a thing, where mental health isn't addressed, where there is no such thing as having a bad day, right? You can't have a bad day. You have to be grateful. It's a privilege to be alive. It's a privilege to be healthy. It's a privilege to have a roof above your head. So it doesn't leave room or space for feeling sad or down. And that's not to say I was raised like that. I wasn't. I was raised by a mum who tells you to be in tune with your feelings and who always checked in to make sure that you were okay. But I can tell by the lifestyle that we live and by the culture that we have, and that's embedded in me, that mental health really is the last thing on your mind. If things aren't going right, it automatically makes you think, oh, my relationship with God is lacking. Like, there's something wrong with me. Why am I feeling this way? But you have to snap out of that because it's absolutely fine to have a down day. It is okay to feel sad. It is okay to not feel the greatest. Lucky for me, I have always been quite in tune with my mental health. I'd like to say I'm a great communicator, right? I've always been really good in articulating how I feel, in articulating with what's going on, and in being able to convey what I'm feeling in a way where I don't feel like I'm a burden to myself or the people around me. But my relationship with my mental health and how I really take care of my mental health, I think truly depends on what state I'm in and the severity of whatever it is that I'm going through. So if I've had a long day at work and I'm exhausted, taking care of my mental health and sort of checking back in with myself and filling my own cup up will look like having a nice cup of tea, drinking a herbal tea, putting on my favorite podcast. If I'm really down and out and I feel like I need to speak to somebody, I'll pick up the phone and I'll call my best friend and I'll speak about what I'm feeling. I will talk to my sisters. I'll talk to my mum. I take care of my mental health by not pretending I'm okay. I take care of my mental health by having firm boundaries. If I realize that something is not serving me, I walk away from it, whether that's a person, a man, a relationship, a work relationship, a friendship. If it's no longer serving me and I'm not happy, I simply walk away. I can say no very easily. If I don't want to do something, I simply don't want to do something. Does that make me selfish? Probably, but it allows me to keep my mental health in check. I rest before I burn out. If I'm exhausted, I know when to take a beat. If I don't want to spend time with people, I know how to be alone by myself. Being alone by myself with myself doesn't scare me. I love my own company. I can isolate myself and just be at peace and at one with myself. Taking care of your mental health requires real work. It requires real honesty. It's uncomfortable. It's painful because you have to really reflect and look at yourself. And this is something that I had to work on because I'm really good at identifying what is wrong. I'm really good at figuring out why I feel the way I feel, but I don't like to sit with that feeling. So once I have identified that I'm upset because, I don't know, a man, or I'm upset because of a job, or I'm upset because of my sisters, I can identify the problem very quickly. And then I leave it at that. Once I've identified the problem, I'm like, okay, I know what it is. We move on now. You're cured, you're healed, you're fine. That's not taking care of your mental health. That's putting a plaster on it, putting a band-aid on it. You're just kind of sweeping it under the rug and you're moving on. So I think taking care of your mental health is taking a beat. That's what I do. Just take a beat, take a minute, sit with it, sit with yourself, sit with your thoughts, and figure it out. And if you can't figure it out, that is also okay. Being able to figure out that you can't figure this out by yourself is you figuring it out, because you've identified that this problem is bigger than yourself. You can't deal with it yourself. Go seek professional help. Go speak with your family members. Go speak with your friends. Go speak to someone. Because your mental health really and truly is all you have. Your mental health is just as important as your physical health. Question number 8. How does culture and religion shape your life? That's a good one, because culture and religion, especially if you are embedded within your culture and, religion is at the forefront of your life, it shapes your life completely. It's part of your identity. It is basically and essentially the lens that you use to view the outside world. It shapes your thoughts, your beliefs. It shapes the way you move, you think, the way you speak, the way you address others, the way you address yourself. So it basically has completely shaped my life. My faith is incredibly personal to me. It's borderline spiritual. My relationship with God is sacred. I love it. I think it's probably the greatest things in my life. It anchors me. It makes me who I am. It is my identity, essentially. I'm obviously visibly religious, as you can tell, and I love it. It lets the world know who I am before I even utter the words. You already know I'm a Muslim woman by looking at me because of my hijab, and I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that already speaks volume. My culture is my backbone. I honor where I come from. I love my traditions. I love the traditions that we have within our culture. I love the way we dress, the way we speak, the way we eat, the foods that we eat, the way we address each other, the parties that we throw, the beliefs it has instilled in me, the cultural beliefs it has instilled in me. I love it. I actively choose God. I actively choose spirituality. It doesn't cage me in. It doesn't restrict me. I'm not, disempowered. I feel incredibly empowered. If only you knew the religion the way I knew my religion, you would see how empowering it really is, how incredibly meaningful it is, how, it uplifts women. It doesn't oppress me. I'm not oppressed. I'm not sad. I'm not caged away. I'm not feeling like I can't live my best life. I am truly out here living it up, having an incredible time, whilst being religious, whilst having a culture, whilst loving where I'm from. It truly allows me to align myself with what I want from life. I take the good parts, the parts that resonate with me, the parts that I enjoy, and I actively apply it in my life daily. So it shapes my entire being. It shapes my entire existence. And I don't know who I would be without religion, without my culture. I don't know what my life would look like without it. And I say that in a positive way. I say that in an encouraging way. I say that in a way to maybe inspire you, encourage you to maybe be more religious, look into the religion that you want to practice. I say that to encourage you to, actively participate in your traditional culture, to eat the foods that you want to eat. Surround yourself with the people that are similar to you, but not limit it to the people from your religion or culture. Integrate yourself with other cultures and religions. See how the others live. I think that's the beautiful thing about religion and culture. You get to enjoy yours, but you also get to enjoy others. I love spending time with people who aren't Muslim, who aren't from the same culture as I am, I get to learn so much about the way they live, the way they eat, what they celebrate. It's great. We live in one big world with so many different religions, so many different cultures. Enjoy yourself, dibble dabble, right? Go see how others live. Try it out. Live your life. Question number 9, and this is the last one. What is one thing you're still learning? Ooh, this is a heavy one. This is a big one. I think I'm learning that life is a journey. I think I'm learning that you don't have to have it all figured out just because you're almost 30. I am learning that happiness comes and goes. It's not a constant. It's not something that should be with you at all times. I am learning that no is a full sentence, that boundaries are good, that being married is an end all be all. I am learning that loving yourself is the most important thing. Being happy with who you are is the most important thing. I am actively learning, but also unlearning that men don't run the world, right? You're more than capable to do what you need to do as a woman. You're more than capable to be by yourself, live by yourself, love yourself. You don't need a partner to feel fulfilled. So I'm actively unlearning that that's something that we were fed, but I'm also learning, obviously, that that should have never been the case. There's so many things I'm still learning. Life is all about constantly learning. Life is about constantly evolving. Life is about experiencing. Life is about being happy, being sad, grieving, being in relationships or maybe not. Life is just a journey. It's not constant. It's up and down. It ebbs and flows. Life is just about living. I'm learning that you're enough. I'm learning that you need to go live your life. You need to be bold. You need to be fierce. I'm learning that you need to actively go after what you want because nobody's going to hand it to you. Nobody's going to give you your dreams. Nobody's going to give you heaps amount of money for free. Nobody's going to give you what you crave and what you desire. You have to work for it. You have to want it and you have to give it yourself. That's what I'm actively learning. I love that question. I love that question. Learning, like, what are you learning? What am I still learning? You're always learning something new, right? You're always learning something new. And I know in a previous episode, I said that childhood is such a small portion of your life and adulthood is essentially the rest of your life. And if you think about it, the rest of your life gives you plenty of opportunities to still learn things. And I like that. I like that you don't have to have it all figured out. I like that you don't have to know everything right now. And it's okay to learn as you go, learn as you earn, learn as you live, and just learn from your mistakes, make mistakes, and just have fun. That's what I'm learning. Oh, I loved that question. I loved that question. Made me feel good. That's, my lovely ladies and gentlebugs, is the end of this episode. I love this episode. This I think has to be my favorite episode because it just made me think about so many things that I haven't thought about either in a really long time or I just haven't really sat down and gave it much thought. It made me really realize a couple of things. So I enjoyed it. So I hope that your takeaway from this is as insightful as mine was, if that even makes sense. I think my takeaway from it is that you're not behind, that you're still learning, like I said, that you need to take care of your mental health, that happiness comes and goes, that your religion and your culture makes you or breaks you. So you need to, don't go too extreme because we don't like that. I really have loved creating this episode. It's made me think about so many things and I hope that you got to know me a bit more, which is always the aim. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope this episode has left you with lots of food for thought. I hope you're feeling like you know me a bit more, like we've had a cute, intimate one-to-one, a cute chit chat. I hope you ask yourself these questions. Let me know how you think or how you feel after this episode in the comment section. I am on YouTube and Spotify. This is going to be on Instagram as well as TikTok. You can email me on hello@blackgirlconfessions.com. You can submit confessions or just have a natter with me on my website, which is blackgirlconfessions.com. And I will see you fuckers next Monday. Bye.